the last lecture we have been discussing about the cardiac cycle, how the different phases of the heart affects the normal functionality. So in that we have seen that heart chambers generally goes in two phases. They are called depolarization and repolarization. We have been discussing about how the atrial depolarization affects the feeling process of the ventricles. We have seen how this ventricular depolarization, which coincides with the atrial repolarization, generates the QRS complex, and how it uh, affects the ejection of blood into the circulation. We have also seen that the last phase is generally called ventricular repolarization, which also facilitates the process of feeling. After that, in the last lecture, we were discussing about the different heart diseases or the heart problems. So we will continue with this. Can anyone confirm? Is this slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. So this is what we are looking at in the last class. We were discussing about the different heart problems. We have seen that heart valve generally causes first and second heart sound. And if you get anything other than that, that is other than first and second heart sound, then that is called the abnormality. And that abnormality is generally called heart murmur. We have seen that whenever the heartbeat increases above the value of 100 beats per minute, or whether it goes below 60 beats per minute, then that is again called an abnormality, which is called arrhythmia. If the heart rate goes in above 100, it is called tachyarrhythmia or tachycardia. And if it goes below 60, it is called bradycardia or bradyarrhythmia. We have also seen that a medical condition called myocardial infarction, in which the blood supply to the heart through the coronary circulation gets blocked. And this blockage is generally due to the cholesterol deposition, or it is called plaque. Due to that, the blood supply to the heart gets interrupted, and this interruption results into the heart attack or medical condition called myocardial infarction. The next disease which we want to talk here is angina pectoris. It is also similar to the this MI, but the difference is now the result or the reason may not be plaque, but it may be anything else, due to which the heart heart oxygen supply gets reduced, which generally results into the chest pain, and that condition is known as angina pectoris. Next disease is called fibrillation. Here, whenever we talk about this fibrillation, we need to understand what this condition is. Generally, what we have seen is we know about the vector diagram. So what this vector diagram says, suppose see if the vectors are aligned like this in the different direction. See, these are the individual vectors. If you want to find out the net vector of by combining the orientation and the magnitude of these vectors, then the height of that vector might be this much. Now imagine other condition in which the vectors are aligned in one particular direction. આવી જ રીતે બધા vector align થયેલા એક જ direction માં. Now if you do the vector summation in this case, then the net vector may be this much. The height of that vector may be this much. It means if they are aligned and if they are working in synchronized way, then what you are getting is your output is less. And when you get this synchronization, your output you are expecting is high. The same thing happens in case of heart. Instead of, see, heart again, we were discussing about the structure of a human body, we have seen that the smallest structural unit is somewhat at chemical level or the cellular level. It means every heart cell synchronized in such a way that whenever I say that ventricles are contracting, આપણે એવું કીધું કે ventricle નું contraction થાય, ventricle નું relaxation થાય, atrium નું contraction થાય, atrium નું relaxation થાય. તો આપણે જ્યારે વાત કરીએ કે ventricle નું contraction થાય, એનો મતલબ એવો છે કે ventricle જે પાર્ટ છે એમાં રહેલા તમામે તમામ ટિશ્યુઝ અને માઇક્રો લેવલ ઉપર સેલ્સ, એ બધા સેલ એક સાથે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ કરે છે. If all the cell and એક જ સાથે at the same time, it means if I say that ventricles are contracting, means each and every individual cells of the ventricles are contracting. So it's like this only, this condition. So if I say I am getting a net ventricular contraction, it means all the ventricular cells are contracting at the same time. But sometime they lose this synchronization. આ સિંક્રોનાઇઝેશન જે આપણે વાત કરી છે એ ઘણી વખત એ સિંક્રોનાઇઝેશન એમાં હોતું નથી. So due to that, individual cells are contracting, but their rate of contraction and the time of contraction is random. બધા કોન્ટ્રેક્ટ થશે પોતપોતાની રીતે. એટલે બધા સેલ પોતપોતાની રીતે કોન્ટ્રેક્ટ થાય તો શું થશે? It is like this. If you take the summation of that, એનો જો તમે net effect જોવો તો શું થાય? આખું કોન્ટ્રેક્શન થવાના બદલે ખાલી હાર્ટ છે અથવા જે પર્ટિક્યુલર પાર્ટ હોય વેન્ટ્રિકલ્સ કે એટ્રિયમ એ ખાલી વાઇબ્રેટ થાય. આખું કોન્ટ્રેક્શન ન થાય, but it gets just vibration. So this effect is called fibrillation, in which your heartbeat is sporadic. એટલે ગમે ત્યારે આવશે. It is random. And the heart generally gets quivering pattern. Quivering એટલે ધ્રુજવું, ધ્રુજારી, vibration થવું. આખે આખું કોન્ટ્રેક્શન થવાના બદલે just heart gets quivered. So that is called fibrillation. હવે એમાં બે પાર્ટ આવે generally. If that fibrillation is present on the atrium side, it is called atrial fibrillation, AF. And if the fibrillation occurs on the ventricular side, it is called ventricular fibrillation. Clear? Simple thing. Synchronization cell નું ventricular side જો loss થઈ જાય તો એને ventricular fibrillation કહેવાય. અને સેલ સિંક્રોનાઇઝેશન એટ્રિયમ સાઇડ જો લોસ થઈ જાય તો એને કહેવાય એટ્રિયલ ફિબ્રિલેશન. Next problem, it is called stroke. This occurs when the blood supply to the brain is interrupted. Brain and heart, these two are the most important part of our body. All are important, but these two are the most important organs. So if the blood supply to the heart gets interrupted, you'll get heart attack. And if the blood supply to the brain gets interrupted, then you will get a stroke. Next is congestive heart failure. This condition is due to the damaged or overworked heart muscle, which becomes unable to keep blood circulating normally. Overwork થાય અથવા જે હાર્ટ છે એનો ડેમેજ થઈ જાય, કોઈ એક્સિડેન્ટલ ઇન્જરી હોય કે ભાઈ ક્રોનિક ઇન્જરી હોય. ક્રોનિક એટલે સમય સાથે, બરાબર, વધારે કામ કરેલું હાર્ટ હોય અથવા જે અમુક લોકો વધારે કામ કરતા હોય તો આફ્ટર ધ એજ ઓફ સે 50 or 60 their heart muscle gets damaged, and that results into the congestive heart failure. નેક્સ્ટ ડિઝીઝ એની કેટેગરી આપણે પાડી છે વાલ્વ્યુલર પ્રોબ્લેમ. એટલે આપણે એક આગળ વાલ્વનો પ્રોબ્લેમ લીધો છે કે વિચ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ એબનોર્મલ હાર્ટબીટ અથવા હાર્ટ મર્મર. આમાં બીજા 2-3 પ્રોબ્લેમ લીધા છે. The first is called mitral valve regurgitation. Mitral valve એટલે the valve which is present on the left side. બરાબર? This occurs when the mitral valve in the heart does not close tightly enough. આપણે પહેલા જ વાત કરી કે વાલ્વનું કામ શું છે? વાલ્વ ensures unidirectional blood flow. એટલે જ્યારે આપણે કીધું કે વાલ્વ જેવો બંધ થઈ જાય, ઇટ મીન્સ એટ્રિયમમાંથી જો બ્લડ વેન્ટ્રિકલમાં ગયું હોય અને જ્યારે વેન્ટ્રિકલ કોન્ટ્રેક્ટ થાય, જો વાલ્વ કમ્પ્લીટલી બંધ હશે તો જ વેન્ટ્રિકલ્સમાંથી બધું બ્લડ સીધું જ સર્ક્યુલેશનમાં જશે અને એટ્રિયમમાં પાછું નહીં જાય. પણ sometime it may happen that the valve does not close tightly enough. In that case, whenever ventricles get contracted, instead of going in circulation, part of the blood will also go back to the atrium. So that is called mitral valve regurgitation અથવા mitral valve insufficiency અથવા mitral valve incompetence. આ ત્રણેય નામ સરખા છે. ક્લિયર? regurgitation, insufficiency અથવા incompetence. Second problem છે mitral valve prolapse. The valve between the left atrium and left ventricle does not fully close, but it bulges upward or back into the atrium. This is quite similar to this. આના જેવું જ છે. આમાં પણ સરખો બંધ થતો નથી, બરાબર, અને આમાં પણ સરખો બંધ થતો નથી, પણ બંનેમાં કારણ અલગ છે. આને કહેવાય કોલેપ્સ. મિટ્રલ વાલ્વ કોલેપ્સ થઈ જાય અને આમાં મિટ્રલ વાલ્વ પ્રોલેપ્સ થઈ જાય. એટલે એવું કહી શકાય કે એકમાં વાલ છે ને એ શોર્ટન થઈ જાય છે ને એકમાં વાલ છે એ લોંગ થઈ જાય થોડો. એના કારણે પણ સરખું બંધ ન થાય. આપણે ઘણી વખત જોયું છે, જો બે બારણા, આપણે એક્ઝામ્પલ લીધું હતું જ્યારે વાલની વાત કરી, કોલેજમાં બે બારણા જે દરેક ક્લાસરૂમમાં છે, હવે બંને બારણા એક સરખા માપે માપ હશે ને તો જ બંધ થવાથી એકદમ પરફેક્ટ બંધ થશે. હવે બંને બારણા થોડાક મોટા થઈ જાય ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, તો શું થશે? ઓવરલેપ થશે, એના લીધે પણ સરખું બંધ નહીં થાય. અને બંને બારણા થોડા શોર્ટ થઈ જાય તો પણ વચ્ચે જગ્યા રહેશે, એના લીધે પણ સરખું બંધ થશે નહીં. So one called mitral valve collapse and second is called mitral valve gets prolapsed. Clear? So these are all the diseases. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 diseases we have listed here. આનાથી પણ વધારે ડિઝીઝ તમે ફાઇન્ડ કરી શકો, but these 10 problems are enough. એક્ઝામમાં પૂછાય 5, 6, 7, 8, મેક્સિમમ 8 પ્રોબ્લેમ સુધી કદાચ પૂછાઈ શકે. So that you have to remember. Now this just for understanding the importance of ECG for diagnosis purpose. Here you can see એક heart disease છે જેને કહેવાય complete heart block. So here you can see what you are getting is only P wave. Only P wave, while QRS complex is almost not available or they are not coordinated. So QRS complex occurs at any time. Generally આપણે જો P આવે પછી QRS આવે ને પછી T આવે. But for in this condition you can see that the QRS complex is not coordinated while P wave completely generates at the same time. Likewise, a disease called PVC, bundle branch block, then atrial fibrillation and ventricular fibrillation. દરેકે ના બતાવે. It means whenever the heart has some problem and if you go for ECG, by taking the ECG you can comment on the abnormality of the heart. અહીંયા દરેકમાં બતાવે છે, આ PVC બતાવે છે, આ prolonged QRS complex બતાવે છે, આની અંદર તમારે P wave જ નથી અને rapid QRS છે, અને ventricular fibrillation માં PV નો હોય, નો QRS હોય કે ના T wave હોય. Clear? So this is not our subject. This is the subject of say cardiologist જે MD કરે છે એની અંદર એનું કામ છે. But we just have to remember that there is a coordination or there is a relationship between a particular waveform and the action of the heart. This is probably the last slide. Here I have included some of the points, effects of aging on the heart. What you are expecting while the person's age increases, what you are expecting with the heart function. So gradually the heart function changes, minor under resting condition and more significant during the exercise. You are also expecting hypertrophy of left ventricle, means the size and enlargement of the left ventricle. The maximum heart rate decreases, means sometime for the adult say maximum heart rate is 100, but for the older people that heart rate may up to 90 or 80. Increased tendency for valves to function abnormally and arrhythmias to occur. So that generally happens with the age. Increased oxygen consumption, which is required to pump same amount of blood. So that is another thing which person has to consider. So that is all about the basics of ECG. બરાબર, આપણે બેઝિક અહીંયા સુધી પતી ગયું કે જેમાં આપણે હાર્ટનું ફંક્શન. So in that we have seen the function of heart and the different parts of the heart, and lastly we have listed the heart related problems. Now we will start with the second part of ECG. Okay. And that is the ECG machine. Clear? આટલું આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ while we are designing a machine, say for looking at the heart function, આટલું આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ કે ભાઈ હાર્ટનો શેપ કેવો છે, એની સાઇઝ કેવી છે, એના કેટલા ચેમ્બર છે, સર્ક્યુલેટરી સિસ્ટમ કઈ રીતે કામ કરે છે, કંડક્શન સિસ્ટમ કઈ રીતે કામ કરે છે, બરાબર. એના પછી વિગસ ડાયાગ્રામ શું છે, ECG વેવફોર્મ કેવા હોય, અને હાર્ટની અમુક એબનોર્માલિટી, અને એબનોર્માલિટીમાં હાર્ટના વેવમાં કંઈક ચેન્જ આવે છે. દેટ ઇઝ વોટ યુ કેન એક્સપેક્ટ. મીન્સ એનીથિંગ અધર દેન PQRST, ઇટ મીન્સ ધેર ઇઝ સમ પ્રોબ્લેમ વિથ ધી હાર્ટ. બરોબર. આપણે P નો જે શેપ હોય, P ઇન્વર્ટ થઈ જાય, QRS ઇન્વર્ટ થઈ જાય, P અને QRS વચ્ચેનો ગેપ વધી જાય, QRS અને T વચ્ચેનો ગેપ વધી જાય, T એબસન્ટ હોય, T ઇન્વર્ટેડ હોય. There are a lot of examples. There are a lot of variation which you are expecting while looking at the heart condition through the ECG machine. So after understanding this much, now we will actually see how the machine looks like, or what are the internal components of this particular machine. So in that, what you have to study is standard lead system, noise, amplification, and certain ECG readout devices. So first, what is electrocardiogram? So in the, I think one of the lecture we were discussing about three terminologies: electrocardiogram, electrocardiograph, and electrocardiography. Graphy is the technique, gram is the tracing or the record. Then what is electrocardiograph? It is a machine. Now how you define that machine? It is an instrument which is used for recording the changes of electrical potential occurring during the each heartbeat. This is used especially in diagnosing abnormalities of heart action. Simply આપણે જે વસ્તુ વાત કરી છે એ જ છે, પણ આને ખાલી એક સેન્ટેન્સના ઓલામાં મૂકી દીધું છે. So this is what we have seen: electrical conduction system, sinoatrial node, atrioventricular node, then bundle of His, right and left bundle branches, and ultimately you have Purkinje fiber. So we have seen that the mechanical action, electrical action of the heart has a close coordination, means they both are related, and ultimately due to that only we are getting this PQRST waveform, which indicates P wave generally is generated during, let's see who can answer this. P wave is generated during which particular event?
Atrial contraction.
Yes, very correct. Clear? P wave is generated during the atrial contraction or atrial depolarization. Then when this QRS event you will get?
Atrial relaxation
and
ventricular
contraction.
Yes, it contains two information. So atrial repolarization or atrial relaxation plus ventricular contraction or ventricular depolarization. And lastly, you have T wave. T wave is generated during the ventricular relaxation. It means from the ECG signal, you can comment on all these four different actions of the heart. Okay. So, okay, most of the people have put their enrollment number already in the chat box. Even though if someone forgot, you can write your enrollment number and name in the chat box. Okay. So while you are designing any machine, the first question arises is with which type of signal you have to deal with. That is very, very important. તમને એમ કહે કે ભાઈ મને એક એમ્પ્લીફાયર બનાવી દો, અથવા તમને એમ કે એક પાવર સપ્લાય બનાવો, અથવા તમને એમ કે કોઈ ફિલ્ટર બનાવો, તો તમારો પહેલો ક્વેશ્ચન શું હોય કે ભાઈ ફિલ્ટર બનાવવાનું છે તો કેવું ફિલ્ટર બનાવીએ, એની કટ ઓફ કેટલી હશે, બરાબર, એની ગેઇન કેટલી રાખવી છે. તમને એમ કે કે કોઈ એમ્પ્લીફાયર બનાવવાનું છે તો એમ્પ્લીફાયરમાં તમારે ગેઇન કેટલી રાખવી છે, એની બેન્ડવિડ્થ કેટલી રાખવી છે, દેટ ઇઝ ધ ઇમિડિયેટ ક્વેશ્ચન. તમને એમ કે પાવર સપ્લાય છે તો પાવર સપ્લાયમાં તમારે શું વોલ્ટેજ રાખવા છે, બાયપોલર બનાવવાનું છે, યુનિપોલર બનાવવાનું છે, બરાબર. આ બધા ક્વેશ્ચન તમારી સામે આવે છે. સો આ ડિસાઇડ કરવા માટે ફર્સ્ટ યુ નીડ ટુ સી that with which signal you are dealing with. Clear? So likewise in case of ECG, first you have to look at the characteristic of signal. આપણને એટલું ખબર પડી ગઈ કે વેવફોર્મ કંઈક આવા છે, P છે, then QRS છે અને પછી કંઈક T છે, આટલું આપણને ખબર પડી. Means the signal is like this only. This is not like a sine wave. કોઈ periodic signal નથી. It is a aperiodic signal having a complex shape. A complex shape છે. It's not like sine, cosine or square wave. So first thing which is known to us is signal is generated in the heart. So find out a way. Signal is generated in the heart. So there are two ways. If you want to see the heart or if you want to grab the heart potential, first way is either you have to put the electrodes or you have to put something in the heart itself. પેલો રસ્તો એવો છે કે સીધો બોડીની અંદર સીધો હાર્ટમાં મૂકી દો એટલે ત્યાંથી કંઈક વોલ્ટેજ જનરેટ થાય છે લઈ શકાય. Or second, you have to find out a indirect way. So first thing is the signals are generated in the heart itself. Second, amplitude range is say from -5 to +5 millivolt. It is a bipolar signal. Clear? So on the positive side you are getting this, on the negative side also you are getting this. So it's a bipolar signal. So usually the packed up signal on the body surface in the range of 1 millivolt. So you are dealing with a very low amplitude signal. આ તમને ખબર પડી ગઈ. એક તો હાર્ટમાંથી લેવાનું છે અને જ્યારે બોડી સરફેસ ઉપરથી લ્યો ત્યારે at that time that signal is further low. It becomes say in the range of millivolt only. Third thing is the range of frequency. The frequency range say here it is 0.05 to 150 hertz. It means you are dealing with a low amplitude, low frequency signal. 150 hertz, lesser than that means it's a low frequency signal. And fourth characteristic is the signal has to be acquired by surface electrode. You cannot put the electrodes directly into the heart. That's why you have to put the electrodes over the surface of your body. There is a entire dedicated chapter in the other portion. It is called bioelectrode. એવું એક chapter છે તમારે second part માં સર તમને લેશે chapter માં. In that chapter you have this particular electrode that is called surface electrode. As the name indicates, the electrode is connected over the surface of your body. There are various types of the electrode. Sometimes you need to insert the electrode beneath the skin. So you have a penetrating type electrode or needle type electrode. But for ECG and EEG, mostly we are preferring the surface type of electrode. These electrodes are non-invasive. These are called non-invasive electrode. Can anyone tell me what this non-invasive means? NONINVASIVE, non-invasive. Okay, non-invasive types of electrode means to invade means to go through. So if you pierce something through your skin, તમે skin ની through તમે કઈક વસ્તુ પાસ કરો, then it is called invasive. એનાથી શું થાય? These procedures are invasive or traumatic process. એનાથી જે તે પેશન્ટ હોય એને દુઃખ દર્દ થાય, ટ્રોમા થાય. But non-invasive means it will not create any trauma to the patient. You are not going to invade through anything. Invade means to go through. એટલે skin ની અંદર તમારે કઈ insert કરવાનું નથી. You just have to connect the electrodes over the body surface. Okay. So after understanding the characteristic of ECG signal, now you can design a machine. So you have a amplitude range of say in terms of millivolt. You have a frequency range lesser than 150 hertz, and the signal has to be acquired by the surface electrode. This is what we have. આપણી પાસે આટલી information છે. Let's see some of the historical perspective. Say somewhere 114 years back in the 1906, the scientist who first recorded the ECG from the patient or from the human body, it is the Ethoven. In 1906, Ethoven publishes the first organized presentation of normal and abnormal electrocardiograms recorded with a string galvanometer. See what he has used. We are talking about 114 years back. So at that time, means it is again before the 1950s, before the era of semiconductor devices. So at that time, they are using some galvanometers. So if you search with this particular link, you can find out the entire paper as well. So this is how the machine looks like. Ethoven himself here. In the B, you can see this is the machine. See the diagram of this machine. Let's see the size of the machine. And C and E, this is how the patient is placed, and these are the electrodes. The electrodes. Electrodes are generally formed in such a way that the patient has to immerse the limbs, હાથ અને પગ છે ને, the patient has to immerse hand and leg into that particular electrode. And D indicates the record which he has got through this particular arrangement. Yeah, we are talking about 114 years back. Now, if you look at the normal ECG, now see here, this is something different. What we have been looking at, we are looking at P, QRS and T, which is generally possible in lead 1, 2 and 3. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, then you have 4, 5, 6, then you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. It means till now we are looking at only one type of signal, that is P, QRS and T. But now we are talking about an electrocardiogram which generates 12 different types of waveform. Actually, they are not different. But for right now, we are considering that all the leads generates different kind of waveform. Now, what does lead mean? So let's start with that. What is the lead configuration for the ECG acquisition? So as we have mentioned that the signal has to be acquired from the patient's body. So if this is the patient body, આવી રીતે patient છે. Clear? If this is the patient, now you have to acquire the signal from the human body. So the most accessible site from the patient body is this, this, this and this. Clear? આ ચાર જગ્યા છે, એટલે કે બે હાથ અને બે પગ. આ ચાર જગ્યા છે, these are called the most easily accessible site. અને ત્યાં ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ લગાવો તો પેશન્ટને કોઈ ડિસ્કમ્ફર્ટ થશે નહીં. That's why these are called the most easily accessible sites from the patient's body. So we can say this is a, sorry, this is a left arm. This is right side. So this is called right arm. This is called left arm. This is called left leg. And this is called right leg. Clear? આટલા ચાર તમારી પાસે સાઈડ છે. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Other than that, if you want to connect the electrode, then heart is over here. Clear? Heart is over here. અહીંયા heart છે. So other than that, you can also put the electrode over the patient's chest. આટલી સાઈડ તમારી પાસે છે. Chest is also accessible, but not like the extremities. અને limbs કહેવાય. upper limb એટલે ઉપરના બંને હાથ, and lower limb મતલબ નીચેના બંને પગ. Limbs, they are called limbs. Upper limb અથવા upper extremities અને નીચેનાને કહેવાય right leg, left leg ને કહેવાય lower limb અથવા તો lower extremities. Other than that, you can also connect the electrode over the patient's chest. So this is chest. So based on that, there are 3 different types of configuration. First type of configuration is called bipolar limb lead. Now what these 3 terms mean? First it says bipolar. Bipolar means you are talking about 2 polarities, positive and negative, or generally in our case we used to say that we have one active electrode and another reference electrode. One active side and another is called reference side. So that is called bipolar, plus and minus. Limb. Limb means we are talking about the hands, two hand and two legs. Right arm, left arm, and right leg, left leg. Now third word is called lead. This is very, very important to understand at this particular point. Here lead means the way in which the electrodes are connected to the human body. Clear? It is the way in which electrodes are connected to the human. Electrodes are generally used to take the potential from that particular side. So the way in which electrodes are connected to the human body, that configuration is known as lead. Clear? So if you are connecting, say this is a patient, and if you are connecting, say, one electrode over here, second electrode over here, then this becomes one configuration. આવી રીતે electrode connect કર્યા હોય, then this becomes one configuration. Suppose if you connect the electrodes like this, एक right arm ऊपर लगाइए, एक left arm ऊपर लगाइए, then this becomes another configuration or another lead configuration. If next thing is, if one electrode is connected here, second is connected here, then this becomes another configuration. So lead means the way in which electrodes are connected to the human body. These three things you have to remember. Bipolar means you are talking about two polarity. One is active, second is a reference. Limb means you are talking about two arms and two legs. And leads means the way in which electrodes are connected to the human body. This configuration is also called Ethovan configuration, because this is the configuration which was proposed by the Ethovan himself. The configuration which Ethovan has already used 110 years back. Second type of lead configuration is called unipolar limb lead. So here you can see limb means you are talking about right arm, right leg, left leg. Lead means the way in which electrodes are connected. But here there is another terminology which is added. Instead of bipolar, now you are talking about unipolar. So means there is only one active electrode. Like there is no reference. I'm a positive, negative, or it's like there is only one active electrode only. In bipolar, you have positive and negative. We can say both are active electrodes. Third configuration, it is also unipolar. So you are talking about one active electrode. Now the electrodes are connected over the chest, not on the limb. So that's why it is called unipolar chest, and lead means the way in which electrodes are connected. Clear? So three types of lead configuration: bipolar limb leads, which was proposed by the Ethovan; unipolar limb lead, or the another name is also called, it is also known as augmented limb leads, which was proposed by the Goldberg; and third type of the lead is called unipolar chest lead, which was proposed by the Wilson. તો આને ઇથોવન લીડ કહેવાય, આને ગોલ્ડબર્ગ લીડ કહેવાય, અને આને કહેવાય વિલ્સન લીડ્સ. આમાં કોઈને કન્ફ્યુઝન હોય તો પૂછી શકે છે. ઓકે. So this is the first type of lead. Here you can see it is a bipolar limb lead, which is also known as Ethovan limb lead. Now here it is your right arm, this is left arm, this is left leg, and this is right leg. Now in bipolar limb lead, now see what does it mean, what this wants to say. Let's see in little bit detail. Okay. So we are talking about, say, a human, and we are talking about the leads. So amongst the limb leads, what we have is, we have this right arm, we have left arm, we have left leg, and we have right leg. આટલું આપણી પાસે છે, ચાર sides છે. So first we are talking about bipolar limb lead. Now, the first part of the machine itself, if I draw that diagram, what we are expecting is we are having something like this. કોઈ કહી શકશે what આ શું છે? What is this? Yes, anyone? Divyesh? Pawan?
Sir, PN junction diet.
This
Op-amp.
diagram, yes. What is this?
Op-amp.
And with respect to op-amp, I have drawn this. op-amp
Okay.
में कुछ ऐसा आता है क्या? I'll draw it again.
हाँ ये
What it
sir
is?
non-inverting terminal ground है.
Ground. Okay. Done. Here I have not grounded, but I have shown it differently. Like this. We have what this particular thing indicates. Whenever we have an op-amp in this ECG machine, the first block is op-amp itself. પહેલો જે block આવે એ op-amp આવે. તો op-amp માં કેટલા terminal હોય? This is first terminal. Which is called non-inverting. Second terminal which is called inverting. And third terminal which is called ground. આની પાસે ત્રણ terminal હોય, plus, minus અને ground. અથવા એને virtual ground કહે તમે. So if I want to derive these three terminals from this, say 4 sides, then first thing is I have to define the most common terminal, that is a ground terminal. And the ground terminal should remain constant irrespective of lead configuration. Lead configuration કોઈ પણ હોય, પણ ground terminal હંમેશા constant રહેવો જોઈએ. So in order to understand this, we know the heart. The position of the heart says that it is something like this. It means that majority of the part, આપણે વાત કરી કે 1/3 portion is on the right side and 2/3 portion of the heart is on the left side. And also we have seen that the notch of the heart or the apex of the heart is towards this particular end, આ બાજુ હોય. And on the opposite side, this is called the base of the heart. આપણે જ્યારે heart ની anatomy વિશે ભણતા હતા, at that time we have discussed this. So if you compare this, it means right arm, left arm and left leg. These are the three most nearest site as far as the heart position is concerned. Heart ની જે position છે એનાથી right arm, left arm અને left leg આ ત્રણેય એકદમ નજીક છે. And with respect to that, right leg is considered as one of the farthest position or one of the farthest points. સૌથી દૂર. રાઈટ આર્મ નજીક છે, લેફ્ટ આર્મ નજીક હોય અને લેફ્ટ લેગ બી આનાથી નજીક હોય, પણ રાઈટ લેગ એ છે એ સૌથી દૂરનો પોઈન્ટ છે. That's why right leg is always considered as a ground. Clear? So this generally goes to terminal number 3, or right leg is always grounded irrespective of any lead configuration. કોઈ પણ lead configuration લેશો એમાં right leg is always grounded. It is due to this particular fact that right leg is the farthest position or the farthest point from the heart's location. Okay. Now what about the terminal number 1 and 2? હવે 1 અને 2 લેવાના છે. 3 નંબરનો terminal આપણને મળી ગયો. It comes from the right leg. Now what about the terminal number 1 and terminal number 2? Now these two terminals can be derived from 3 active site. હવે આપણી પાસે શું બાકી છે? Right arm, left arm અને left leg. અને એમાંથી આપણે કોઈ પણ બે ટર્મિનલ બનાવવાના છે. So if I'll make the combination of 1 and 2, what I can do is, suppose I can connect a right arm and left arm, that becomes one combination. I can take left arm and left leg, that becomes second combination. I can take left arm and left leg, then also it becomes one combination. It means from the remaining three sides I have a three combination. Right arm, left arm and a left leg mathi I have three combinations. So this is called lead 1, this is called lead 2 and this is called lead 3. So let's see this. હવે એ ફિગર ને જોઈને તમે અહીંયા કોરિલેટ કરી શકશો. This is a right arm, this is left arm. Now see what it says. Here minus is, here it is plus. So this is right arm and left arm, so that becomes lead 1. On the second configuration you are connecting right arm and left leg, so that becomes lead 2. And the third configuration you are connecting left arm and left leg, then it becomes another configuration which is called lead 3. Clear? So you have three leads. Lead 1, in lead 1 you are connecting electrodes to the right arm and left arm. In lead 2 you are connecting electrodes to the right arm and left leg. In the lead 3 you are connecting the electrodes to the left arm and left leg. આમાં ખબર પડે છે? કોઈને કન્ફ્યુઝન હોય તો પૂછી શકો છો. Okay. So while you are connecting the electrodes to that, but in that particular way, you are getting three different types of waveform. Lead 1, lead 2 and lead 3 માંથી આવું આવે. It is quite similar to ECG, એટલે P હોય, QRS હોય અને T, જે સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ ECG સિગ્નલ છે એના જેવું જ હોય, પણ એમ્પ્લિટ્યુડ અલગ હોય, થોડો શેપમાં ડિફરન્ટ હોય. આમાં જો here you can see the height of the QRS, here you can see the height of QRS, here you can see the negative part is not present in the lead 3. It is slightly different, but this is called normal waveform ECG signal which you are getting from that particular lead. Now, okay, if you look at this particular figure, આપણે શું વાત કરી? Okay, right arm and left arm and left leg, left arm and sorry, here it is. This is the right arm and left leg. Okay, left arm and left leg. આપણે ત્રણ lead configuration બનાવી. Now if you compare this, if I connect electrodes to the right arm and left arm, third electrode goes to the right leg, then in that configuration one of the limb will always remains unconnected. આ configuration જો આ connected છે, આ connected છે, આ connected છે, while this remains unconnected. This is connected, this is connected, this is connected, but this remains unconnected. This is connected, this is connected, this is connected, but this remains unconnected. Means you are not connecting one of the limb in each of the three cases. ત્રણે ત્રણ કેસમાં એક particular limb એવું આવે છે કે જે કનેક્ટ થયેલું રહેતું નથી. So Goldberg has proposed that while one of the electrode remains active electrode, the second reference electrode is being derived from rest of the two limb. એટલે શું એ કહે છે? એવું કહે છે કે આ તમારું પેશન્ટ માંથી તમે એક ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ અહીંયાથી દો રાઈટ આર્મ માંથી, તો બીજો લેફ્ટ આર્મ માંથી નહીં લેવાનો, બટ સેકન્ડ ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ હેઝ ટુ બી ડિરાઇવ્ડ ફ્રોમ ટુ ઓફ ધ અનકનેક્ટેડ સાઇટ એન્ડ ધીસ બીકમ્સ યોર રેફરન્સ ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ. આ તો હંમેશા ગ્રાઉન્ડ હશે. રાઈટ આર્મ ઇઝ ઓલવેઝ સોરી રાઈટ લેગ ઇઝ ઓલવેઝ ગ્રાઉન્ડેડ. This is grounded. So if you are taking one active electrode from right arm, then reference electrode has to be derived from two of the unconnected side. આ બંને unconnected consider કરીને બંનેનું common લઈને second terminal બનાવવાનો. So that's it. So that is what he has shown. Here right arm is a positive terminal. So reference is derived from two of the unconnected side. આ બંનેને connect કરી અને they have derived one reference. So in that case, this configuration is called unipolar limb lead configuration or augmented limb lead configuration. So this lead is known as AVR, augmented right arm. Clear? This is called augmented right arm because right arm is positive while the common terminal is derived from two of the unconnected side. Second configuration in which you are taking left arm as a positive while common terminal is derived from two of the unconnected side. અહીંયા કયું છે? This is right arm and this is left leg. Clear? So this is called augmented left arm, AVL. And the third configuration in which leg is connected or leg is considered as the positive point, while reference is derived from two unconnected point. So this becomes AVF, augmented foot. Clear? So પહેલામાં lead હતું lead 1, રોમનમાં lead 1, lead 2 અને lead 3. Second 3 leads આવે AVR, which is called augmented right arm, AVL, which is called augmented left arm, and third is called augmented left foot or augmented foot only. So in that case also you can see the type of ECG signal. See, it is different. અહીંયા જો, here you can see, here also you can see. The type of ECG which you are getting from these three leads are also different, but these are called the normal signals. So combinedly, if we see all the 6 lead, આપણે 6 lead જોઈએ, એમાં lead 1, lead 2 અને lead 3, AVR, AVL અને AVF, આ 6 lead વિશે આપણે ડિસ્કશન કર્યું. તો એમાં શું છે? આ છે પહેલું એ રાઈટ આર્મ, લેફ્ટ આર્મ, સેકન્ડ આવે રાઈટ આર્મ, લેફ્ટ લેગ, થર્ડ આવે લેફ્ટ આર્મ, લેફ્ટ લેગ. પછી આમાં રાઈટ આર્મ છે એક્ટિવ સાઇટ આવે અને કોમન બે ટર્મિનલમાંથી લેવાનું. સેકન્ડની અંદર લેફ્ટ આર્મ એક્ટિવ સાઇટ આવે અને બીજા બે કોમન ટર્મિનલમાંથી રેફરન્સ લેવાનું. અને થર્ડની અંદર લેફ્ટ લેગ એક્ટિવ સાઇટ આવે અને બીજા બેમાંથી કોમન ટર્મિનલ ડિરાઈવ કરવાનું. while in all the cases right leg always remains, દરેકમાં right leg is always grounded. So these are called the 6 limb leads. Jemisha, what is limb lead? What is limb lead? Prithviraj? Ravi?
Sir, limb એટલે 2 hand અને 2 legs.
Okay.
Leads એટલે આપણે જેને ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલાઇઝ કરીએ.
Leads એટલે?
હલો સર,
હા હા, બોલો બોલો.
આપણે જેને ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલાઇઝ કરીને 2 hand ને લેફ્ટ લેગ ને ઈ.
Okay, good. Done. Chalo. So from this discussion, we'll come to this particular slide. Now what this slide indicates? This slide indicates one triangle. You need to remember this particular slide. This is very important. This indicates one triangle. This triangle is known as Etho1 triangle. Etho1 means the scientist who proposes the bipolar limb lead. જેણે bipolar limb lead propose કરી, in which you have two active sites. So this is called Etho1 triangle. Now how this particular triangle is derived, that you have to remember through this particular figure. What he has done is, here you can see we have 3 sites. 3 સાઇટ એવી છે જ્યાં આપણે કનેક્ટ કરી શકીએ. એક છે રાઈટ આર્મ, એક છે લેફ્ટ આર્મ અને એક છે લેફ્ટ લેગ. રાઈટ લેગ ઇઝ ઓલવેઝ ગ્રાઉન્ડેડ, તો એને આપણે ભૂલી જવાનું છે. બરાબર, ઇટ ઇઝ ઓલરેડી ગ્રાઉન્ડેડ. તો આપણી પાસે 3 સાઇટ છે, રાઈટ આર્મ, લેફ્ટ આર્મ અને લેફ્ટ લેગ. લીડ 1 માં શું કીધું? યુ આર કનેક્ટિંગ એન ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ બિટવીન રાઈટ આર્મ એન્ડ લેફ્ટ આર્મ. સો હિયર યુ કેન સી ધીસ ઇઝ અ એરો. this arrow shows the direction from minus to plus. A minus ratio. This right arm is minus negative, left arm is positive. So this is how the arrow is drawn. Lead 2 is the connection between the right arm and left leg. In that also, right arm becomes negative and left leg becomes positive. So this is the second arrow. Lead 3 is the connection between the left arm and left leg, in which left arm is negative while left leg is positive. So you draw an arrow between the two sides. And if you join them in this way, then this certainly looks like a triangle. આ કનેક્શન જે તમે કરો છો રાઈટ આર્મ, લેફ્ટ આર્મ અને લેફ્ટ લેગ વચ્ચેના, જે તમે ત્રણ અલગ અલગ લીડ એમાંથી ડિરાઈવ કરી, that configuration certainly looks like a triangle. That's why it is called Ethovan triangle. Exam માં પૂછાય એવો પ્રશ્ન છે. What that triangle means? The triangle means the triangular formation of bipolar limb leads is known as Ethovan triangle. Now here also you can see that there are something else also they have drawn. Now these are AVR. AVR is the augmented right arm. Then you have AVL, that is the augmented left arm, and then you have AVF. AVF generally is the augmented left foot. Okay. Now before going ahead, let's see why we need to find out. અત્યાર સુધી આપણે 6 lead વિશે વાત કરી. Now what does these 6 lead mean? Why we need these 6 lead? So for example, if you want to understand this particular thing, let's see this thing first. You must have studied the engineering drawing or the engineering graphics. What that engineering graphics generally, while you are drawing certain sheet, the examiner generally asks generally gives you some certain views, either side views, either top views, either front views, and from that you have to estimate what that object looks like. બરાબર, તમને આપે સાઇડ વ્યૂ આપે અથવા તો ટોપ વ્યૂ આપે અથવા તો ફ્રન્ટ વ્યૂ આપે અને પછી એમ કે આ ઓબ્જેક્ટ કેવો દેખાશે, એનો આઇસોમેટ્રિક તમારે જે ડ્રો કરવાનો હોય. ક્લિયર? So for example, if this is the object, say in the 3 dimension, કરો ભાઈ, આ તો કોઈ 3D ઓબ્જેક્ટ છે. આ રીતે આમ અંદર આપણે આવી રીતે ડ્રો કરતા, બરોબર? 3D ઓબ્જેક્ટ છે આ રીતે આમાં. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, આ ઓબ્જેક્ટ ની અંદર આવું કંઈક છે on this side. In this object there is a triangle over here, and in this object there is a circle over here. There are 3 objects, or there are 3 shapes which are drawn over this particular object. But now if I want to say, if I'll see the object from this side, આ બાજુથી object જો, if this is the direction of view, મને શું દેખાશે કે ભાઈ there is a square, the object is square having a circle. Okay. If I see the object from this side, what I can say is the object is, say, square having another square in it. Okay. If I see the object from this side, what I'll say the object is square having a triangle over it. It means if I see the object from different perspective, if this is my direction of view, then and only then I can say that this is the entire object, in which on one side there is a square, on other side there is a circle, and on the top side there is a triangle. So unless you see the object from different perspective or from the different point of view, you cannot identify the actual information from that particular object. આ ઓબ્જેક્ટ ની અંદર 3 ઇન્ફોર્મેશન છે, 4 ઇન્ફોર્મેશન છે. એક તો એનો શેપ છે, અને શેપની સાથે સાથે અલગ અલગ સાઈડમાં ડ્રો કરેલા બીજા નાના શેપ છે. It means unless you see the object from different perspective or from different point of view, you cannot comment on the actual shape of that particular object. Now likewise, in case of the heart, these lead configuration is generally like this only. If I say connect a lead 1, it means I am looking at the heart from this side. If I say a lead 2, it means I am looking at the heart from this particular way or from this particular side. If I say the lead 3, it means I am looking at the heart function from this particular thing. I'll just draw it again. This is the heart. So if I say lead 1, I am looking at the heart from this particular way. If I say lead 2, I am looking at the heart from this particular way. If I talk about the lead 3, I am looking at the heart from this particular side. Means from this side, I am looking at the heart from this side. I am looking at the heart from this side. It means all the different leads generally gives me a unique perspective of looking at the heart's functionality. That's why if you see the waveform, then waveform which you are getting from all the leads are different. આપણે જેમ વાત કરીએ એમ કે જે ઓબ્જેક્ટ છે એમાં ઉપરથી જોવો તો સ્ક્વેર દેખાય છે, સામેથી જોવો તો તમને સર્કલ દેખાય, સાઈડમાંથી જોવો તો સ્ક્વેર દેખાય, ઉપરથી જોવો તો ટ્રાયંગલ દેખાય. એટલે દરેકે દરેક જો વ્યૂમાંથી કંઈક અલગ મળતું હોય એનો મતલબ એવો કે એ પર્સપેક્ટિવ છે એ કંઈક એવી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન આપે છે that information may not be available from other point of view. તમે સાઈડ વ્યૂમાંથી જોશો તો જ તમને સ્ક્વેર દેખાશે, ટોપ વ્યૂમાંથી જોશો તો જ ટ્રાયંગલ દેખાશે, ફ્રન્ટ વ્યૂમાંથી જોશો તો જ તમને સર્કલ દેખાશે. It means generally leads gives you a unique perspective of looking at the heart's condition, which gives you some information which may not be available from other leads. Clear? આ બહુ જ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ વસ્તુ છે લીડ ને સમજવા માટે. લીડ શું છે? વાય વી નીડ લીડ્સ એન્ડ વાય વી નીડ 6 લીડ. અત્યાર સુધી 6 આપણે જોઈ છે, હજી બીજી 6 છે. વી હેવ ટોટલ 12 લીડ્સ ઇન ECG, બટ આઉટ ઓફ 12 અત્યારે આપણે ખાલી 6 લીડ જોઈ છે. બટ વાય વી નીડ 6 લીડ? ઇફ યુ વોન્ટ ટુ અચીવ ઓનલી P, QRS એન્ડ T, આપણે P જોઈએ છે, QRS જોઈએ છે, T જોઈએ છે, then why we are going with this 12 leads or why we are going with 6 leads? The fact is, or the reason is, each lead gives you a unique type of wave which generally pertains to one unique information which is not available from other leads. Clear? So with this discussion about the limb leads, we are ending our today's session. And one important announcement is, maybe on this Friday itself in the morning session, I'll find out a time during which you have no schedule. I'll arrange a half-an-hour question on the same Genomio portal on which I took one demo test on the last Saturday. એ જ સેટરડે ઉપર જે મેં એક્ઝામ લીધી હતી Genomio પ્લેટફોર્મ ઉપર, એવી જ એક્ઝામ હું આ શુક્રવારે એક પર્ટિક્યુલર ટાઈમ સ્લોટ તમને આપી દઈશ. એ ટાઈમ સ્લોટમાં હું તમારી અત્યાર સુધી આપણે બાયોમાં જેટલું ચાલ્યું છે BMI માં એક ચેપ્ટરનો હાફ ઓફ ધ પોર્શન વી હેવ ઓલરેડી ફિનિશ્ડ. ECG બેઝિક જેટલું છે બરાબર, એ બેઝિકમાંથી હું તમને કાંઈ પણ વસ્તુ એક્ઝામમાં પૂછાશે. હાફ એન આવરની એક્ઝામ રહેશે. ટાઈમ સ્લોટ કદાચ 45 મિનિટથી 1 અવરનો હશે. એમાં હાફ એન આવર તમને ટાઈમ આપવામાં આવશે. 10 થી 15 ક્વેશ્ચન્સ હશે અને ક્વેશ્ચન્સ વી હેવ ઓલરેડી સીન ઇન ધ ડેમો. પોસિબિલિટી વી હેવ સીન, એમાંથી કોઈ પણ અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના ક્વેશ્ચન્સ તમારે પૂછાઈ શકે. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ. કોઈ કન્ફ્યુઝન હોય, કોઈ ડાઉટ હોય, then you can